So how does this conversation play out with preacher
Cat lady.
grandfather? Like, walk me through it. You just were like, hey, I'm going to sell sex on the internet. And he was just like, well, okay then? Or like, how does that work exactly?
Like, how did I start? How did I get started?
No.
sorry.
I don't want to hear how you got started. Just curious, your conversation with your grandfather, who's a preacher, right? How does that conversation go? How does that work exactly?
Yo, that's even harder, man, to have your grandfather who's a preacher in the church and you're telling him you do sex work. I would think he's gonna pray for you first thing, right? I would think he's gonna cast the demons out of you the first thing. Man, it's crazy. But let me hear what she has to say, because that conversation, I want to know exactly how the conversation went. That's interesting.
When you sit down with him and you're like, hey, Grampy, how you doing? I'm selling sex online. He just didn't care, or?
So essentially, I told my grandmother and my mom. I didn't grow up with a dad. Go figure. Another stereotype about OnlyFans that's normally always right. So yeah, me and my grandpa, we just don't talk about it. Why would we talk about me doing nude work? Why would I talk about nude work?
Well, I would think that perhaps he would try to talk you out of it.
No, I mean, I'm a grown adult. I started at 22. Like, I'm 29 now, so I was plenty grown. I was 18.
Nah, I don't. She's lying. There's no grandpa who just you. There's no grandfather out there unless the grandfather used to be a pimp or also used to be a porn star. There is no grandfather out there who's just gonna clap his hands and encourage his granddaughter to go into sex work just like that. So I don't believe her. And actually, the way she's speaking, I don't even believe she had this conversation with the grandfather. I think what happened is her parents or whoever knows told the grandfather, and that was the end of it. And he probably just didn't want to even engage in the conversation. But I don't believe he encouraged her. If anything, Andrew Wilson is right that he probably tried to talk her out of the whole thing.
Like, deciding, hey, I'm gonna do this.
Well, don't you think that a Christian father would at least make the attempt? I know they can't stop it, right, because you're an adult, but wouldn't they make the attempt to talk their children out of doing OnlyFans work?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really give them such a chance to do it. And then I kind of blew up really, really quick on social media. I kind of figured out how to grow really fast. And yeah, my stuff just got out there really, really fast. So within a year.
Yeah, but you've been at this for years and years, right?
Yeah, for 7 years.
There hasn't been any opportunity where Grandpa could come over and be like, hey, young whippersnapper, maybe stop selling sex on the internet. That he's never had the opportunity to do that.
Probably. So my grandma, she's like kind of dying. So when my grandma dies, I'm sure that we'll have that conversation, but we're just not close like that at this point because of the fact that I do OnlyFans. Like, how can I have daily conversations or weekly conversations with my grandma?
Well, for one, she said she makes lots of money and she takes care of her mom, right? So my thinking is if she makes a lots of money and she takes care of her mom, probably the mom told the grandparents not to chastise her or criticize her and just let it be. Because if she's taking care of the mom is like, hey, I mean, she made a decision, but she's taking care of me, so who cares? Let's just leave her alone to do what she gotta do.
Grandpa, who's godly, and talk about my life. And my life is what it is. I live in Florida. They don't even want to hear about me going to the beach in my bathing suit. So.
Okay, now you grew up, you said, without a father. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had 4 stepdads, so even better.
So when you're talking about this grandfather, I'm guessing that it's your maternal grandfather, your mom's father?
Yeah. No, okay. Actually he's not. It's my step-grandpa, so yeah.
It's your step-grandpa?
Yeah.
And which stepdad number would that be?
My step-grandpa? I mean, my mom didn't get with my grandpa. I don't know if that didn't make sense.
No, I understand your mom didn't get with your grandpa, but if it's your step-grandpa, then your mom got with a man who you then considered his father to be your grandfather. But you said you had 4 stepfathers, so I'm just wondering which in the line you consider step-grandpa to be. Second stepfather, third stepfather, fourth stepfather.
No, he was never a father figure. He's 20 years younger than my grandma, so he's like, I guess he's close to my dad's age. I have a dad. I just didn't grow up with him. Like my dad encourages me to do OnlyFans. So there's a lot of things that are wrong with a lot of people that do OnlyFans, and it's generally the people that are around them.
All right, guys. I know some of you guys are enjoying this whole conversation and back and forth, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the whole grandfather was okay, father was okay, and nothing happened. So if you want to complete the whole video, as you can see, it's 35 minutes. I'll put the full link down below to the Whatever Podcast channel, and you can go watch the full thing. All right, comment down below your thoughts. Till next time, peace.